Well, the Scorpio new moon is upon us. It happens on November 20th, around 1:47 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie, and we are pulling cards for all signs for what to expect under this Scorpio new moon. So, this is a really great time to manifest. Scorpio is probably one of the best signs to manifest under, in my personal opinion. Scorpio in the tarot is associated with the death card, and I'll just hold this one up, and this says Death and Rebirth. It's renewing, it's releasing, and it's not a surprise that Scorpio happens when it does. Scorpio season. So in the northern hemisphere, it happens in the fall. The trees are shedding their leaves, right? The trees are not dying, but they're going dormant, almost going into a deep meditation. In the southern hemisphere, so as the northern hemisphere, the trees are going dormant, right? And they're shedding and releasing. The southern hemisphere, the earth is a spring season. The earth is coming alive. So all the intentions that they've set during the dormant phase is now coming into fruition. And Scorpio is very powerful about this. So what does this mean for us, right? So we'll give a little general overview and then we'll pull cards for everyone. So this is really a journey of self-discovery, right? Releasing, again, like in the fall, what no longer serves you and really embracing your emotional honesty. Really diving into your emotions and really being honest with yourself about aspects of life, which is a little hard, right? A lot of times we don't want to be that honest with anyone, and then we're asked to be really honest with ourselves. But transformation doesn't happen if we don't take steps. I did a whole video about manifesting, and it's not just setting intentions, and it's not just meditating, and it's not just journaling. All of these things are tools to help you, but then you have to take action on the things you want to manifest. If the action is saying goodbye to something or someone or to a job or to your home and moving on, if it is, going out and changing things up in your life, changing up your hairstyle, the types of clothes you wear, adding new colors to your wardrobe, right? Manifesting happens when we take inspired action. So this is like a chance for a new beginning, right? We're learning how to be really honest with ourselves and to acknowledge what we have been suppressing, the things we haven't wanted to look at, like the moon phase, right? So maybe look at your moon sign and see what sign you are under your moon, and that will be very reflective of the things that maybe you keep hidden away, the things that you don't share with everyone. So you're going to be challenged here with your limitations as well. Our limitations are going to be challenged so we can make space for growth and renewal, right? Letting go of attachments to the things that don't work for us and moving forward. Again, Scorpio season, I kind of akin this. I'm going to bring it back to yoga, of course. The last pose of class is called Shavasana or corpse pose. It is the death and rebirth. When you come out of the pose and you are renewed by your practice. But in Shavasana is when we start to let go of the things we don't need and we lean into our inner self, that intuition, that inner compass to guide us into a refreshing new start. So that's what I akin this to. So let's dive into this. Let me just get rid of my notes here. Hello, everyone. And we will go right into, what do we have here? The Light Seers deck, and we have the Wild Reflections deck. So we'll start off with the Light Seers deck, and this will be for Aries. Hello, Aries. How are you? Happy new moon in Scorpio. What are you manifesting for yourself? What does this new moon in Scorpio hold for our Aries friends? Our first sign of the zodiac. Our pioneers, right? Let's see what the cards hold for Aries in this new moon in Scorpio. What are you releasing? Queen of Swords, straight on out, right? Okay. On the root of the deck, you have the Devil. What are you releasing? You're releasing unhealthy attachments, right? Unhealthy attachments. Let me see real quick. Hold on. I should have these decks out and ready to go. I just want to show you the difference in the decks, the Devil card. And you'll probably see a little better, Aries, what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find it. The Devil card is unhealthy attachments, right? But here's the thing, and it's not quite so available in this deck. But it is available in this other deck, and I will show you exactly where you can be holding yourself back, right? And I know, Aries, don't get upset. These are all things that we've been doing our whole lives because we've been either taught this way or we didn't know any different. Okay, oh, these cards are all over the floor. Okay. So, the root of the deck is the Devil, right? Letting go of the unhealthy attachments or the things that we feel like we can't do without, but we can. And here in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you see the Devil, right? And you see the people, and they have chains around their necks. But look, like the chains are fairly loose, right? They're not tight around their neck, and their hands are free, right? Right? He's got his hand on his hip. He's reaching his hand out towards her. So, and if you see the Devil here, there's a ball of fire, and it's just above this, like his tail here. He's not on fire. He's not setting him on fire. He's giving the illusion that he's going to be set on fire. So it's letting go, Aries, of the illusions. Letting go of the illusion that is keeping you where you're at. Queen of Swords, going straight for clarity. You're not mincing words now. You're going straight in for clarity. The Fool, you're ready to start something fresh. The Fool and the Emperor, you're ready to start fresh. You're ready for a new beginning. And even if you don't know where you're going, you're okay because the Emperor, right? You have the structure and the tools within you to build the life that you want, to manifest your dreams. Why? Because you're letting go of the illusion. It's really nice that the Queen of Swords is your first card out after your root card. You know, this is about clarity. This is about your thoughts. It could be education, but also, you know, the swords are also cord cutting elements. They can cut cords to anything that is not serving you. And this is probably a very big thing for our Aries friends. Cutting those cords, like getting rid of the illusion or walking away from the illusion, completely detaching, giving yourself a fresh start, illuminated from a place of power and strength, knowing that you have everything within you. You have the structure, you have the wisdom to move forward. You can even, Aries, do a cord cutting ceremony around this situation, this thing, this person, whatever it is. So Aries, that is your reading. We will go on to Taurus. Hello, Taurus. How are you? Aries started this out really, really bold. We'll see what comes up for Taurus. I have half the other deck on the floor. This is what happens, right? It looks like there's a... Oh, let me get these cards off of here. It looks like there's a glare. So let me push these off to the side. Okay, there we go. Taurus, what does this new moon in Scorpio hold for Taurus? And Taurus, you will be affected by this new moon just as much as Scorpio because it is your oppositional sign. You are balancing on the scales, on the diagonal wheel. You're on opposite sides of the wheel. That's balance, maybe harmony, but it's a reflection as well. Reflecting back to us the things that we don't want to see, maybe, or the things that we need to look at and to heal. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Taurus friends. Ace of Wands, face up. Root of the deck, right? Three of Pentacles. New people coming in, new ways of doing things. Let's see what we have. The Lovers, Strength, Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles. And I said new way of doing things. You have the Ace of Wands. So here's your Three of Pentacles, right? And they look like they're making a mandala wall hanging out of macrame. And they're like, one person is supporting, one person is kind of organizing, and she's got the yarn in her hand here. So new people or new opportunities coming into your life. You have the Lovers, Gemini energy. You have Strength, Leo energy. You have the Ace of Wands. A new inspiration coming your way. So here's the thing, Taurus. You're the first earth sign. So you're really, really grounded, right? Sometimes a little stubborn. So you need like a little, a little inspiration and some strength, right? To let people help you. You're the foundation of society. You are the one who sets the corners, who sets the foundation. But you don't have to do it all on your own, Taurus. Let people in. Be strong enough. And strength is also softness. So be strong enough as you see, like, this is a female. She's, her half of her face is woman, half of it is lion. She's got the infinity symbol on her arm. Like, she knows she is boundless. In the traditional tarot deck, this is a lion. But she herself is the lion. And, the lion and the lamb. And there's no fear on the lamb, with the lion here. She has her heart. She allows her heart to be seen. So allow yourself to be seen, Taurus. Allow yourself to be strong enough to let your vulnerable side be seen. Add a little passion, right? This is, the Lovers is is Gemini energy. But I will say this is about balance and harmony because she has a Sagittarius symbol on her arm. So again, balance and harmony, or getting uncomfortable to find yourself, right? Because again, you are on the opposite side of the zodiac wheel from Scorpio. So allow things to be revealed to you. Yeah. Allow things to be revealed to you, to find your strength, to find this little spark of excitement. That you don't have to do it all on your own, Taurus. So that is for Taurus. And we will go into Gemini. We just pulled the Gemini card. So hello, Gemini. How are you? Welcome to the new moon in Scorpio. An interesting fact, my mom was a Gemini. My dad was a Scorpion. Odd combination in astrology for their sun signs, for sure. But it worked. It worked out very well for them. So Gemini, let's see what the tarot holds for you in this new moon in Scorpio. On the root of the deck, Gemini is King of Swords. This is your king. This is your king. Clear, decisive. Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Making clear decisions. Celebrating. So traditionally, Six of Wands would be recognition and celebration. I have a feeling, Gemini, some of you are starting to learn to love and celebrate yourself. Celebrate the fact that you're making choices that are more aligned with the life that you want, or you're learning to do that. Here's your King of Swords, in case I did not show that to you. Clear direction. And again, this is your king. Again, recognizing yourself. Letting yourself be seen for the good choices that you're making. And it's been a balancing act, right? Sometimes the choices, the ones that seem so obvious, can be the hardest ones to implement, because we have this thing in the back of our mind saying, oh, I can't do that. But you can, and you have found your inner strength and your power. And you're planting seeds for a new life. I love the Ace of Pentacles as it comes up here. This is about, Pentacles is our earth signs, associated with the element of earth. This is your comfort. This is your stability. So finding new ground for yourself. You're finally learning how to balance and make the decisions that are aligned for you and what you want. I love this for you, Gemini. So let me know, Gemini, if that resonates with you. And we will go on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. How are you? Welcome to... What is this with the cards today? Welcome to your reading for the new moon. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just... Next time, just sit on the floor and pull cards for the new moon in Scorpio. Queen of Wands. Okay, you have the Four of Wands on the root of the deck. Queen of Wands, Two of Wands, the High Priestess. Elevating yourself, elevating your intuition. You're highly intuitive. Four of Wands, right? Celebrating life. This is for you, Cancer. Celebrating life. Now, we just had Gemini, who was learning how to acknowledge and celebrate themselves. You are celebrating life as a whole. Queen of Wands, you're leaning into your passions, and you're letting your passions, this is a time to let your passion move you forward. Right? Two of Wands, you've been dreaming for a while. You've been wondering how you can make things happen. And then all of a sudden, the High Priestess steps in. This is your higher consciousness, your higher intuition. She is the counterpart to the Hierophant. Direct download. I mean, you can see there's a universal download coming into her crown chakra. It's beaming straight on down with these little orbs of light. And she has this crescent moon here. Her third eye, her sixth chakra in the center of her forehead, is illuminated. So you're really, Cancer, leaning into your intuition, and you're leaning into the joy of life. You're allowing yourself celebration. You're allowing yourself to take the reins and just really lean into your passions at this time. The black cat on here, right? More intuition. Right, and Wicca cats are considered your familiars or your animal guides in this life. You're leaning into all the inspiration that is lighting you up. So you're starting to get really, maybe a little out of your comfort zone, a little bit out of your shell, or maybe your outer shell is growing, Cancer. Having these parties and just enjoying life, leaning into the higher consciousness of yourself, and trusting all of that. Cancer, this is really fabulous for you. I love this reading. And if you see, I'm just going to point this out. It might be hard to see in the camera. In this, her eyes, her outer eyes are closed. Her inner eye is illuminated on the outside of her eye. I don't know if you can see that or not. But her outer eyes are closed, so closing off to the outer world, letting her inner world be her guide. Cancer, this is fabulous. I'm loving this for you. If you have any questions, if this resonates. If it doesn't, let me know, right? And we will move on to Leo. Hello, Leo. How are you? Let me see if I can keep the cards on the table here, since they seem to be falling all over the place today. Let's see what the new moon in Hierophant. We just pulled the High Priestess for Cancer, and I said she's the counterpart, divine counterpart to the Hierophant, and then you get the Hierophant. Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Two of Swords. Okay, so what are you releasing? Leo, you're releasing whatever kept you from seeing your path forward. If that's making any sense. And it could be a belief system. It could be the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So you might be finding new communities for people who are a little more aligned with... My stomach is growling, sorry. A little more aligned with the path that you're on. You're going deeply into a spiritual path. And by spiritual path, I mean you're leaning into yourself. The spirituality, and I should do a whole new video on this, is about you. It's not about out there. It's not about the exterior. It is about the interior. And once you start to embrace that interior, then everything comes clear as to how to move forward. What is important to you? Everything that you need will become available to you, right? Knight of Pentacles. This is not going to happen quickly. This is a slow journey. Not a slow journey, but it is a slower progression. So this is not a fire energy, right? Where you can blaze down the trail and get there. Leading into your higher consciousness. Letting go, or even acknowledging. Because to let go of something, we have to actually acknowledge it. So acknowledging where you haven't either wanted to see a clear path, or that the company that you keep on a regular basis have been a little more narrow in their thinking, or a little more linear in their thinking, that they can't that they don't have the ability to understand that there is a higher consciousness beyond what the world tells us in a traditional, let's say, religious setting. But you're tapping into that, Leo. You're going into that higher sphere. And I would lean into some Cancer friends, because Cancer opened the door by pulling out the High Priestess. Cancer opened the door because everything moves linear, right? The journey of the Fool and the Tarot is a linear journey of life. So again, even though Cancer is a water sign, you're a fire sign, what happens to them then transfers towards you. It moves forward. So leaning into your higher consciousness, examining your beliefs, whatever it is that they are. And that will start to unfold the things that matter to you in life. What makes you feel comfortable? What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel abundant? It can be money, right? Money is a great tool. And it can be the people you surround yourself with can help you to feel abundant and safe and secure. That seems to be a key here. So, Leo, that is your reading. I'm loving it today. If you have any questions, Leo, feel free to reach out and put your comments in the description if you want to, let me know what's happening. And from Leo, we go on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. How is Virgo? What does this new moon in Scorpio hold for our Virgo friends? Okay. I don't know what it is. I think the universe wants me on the floor today. Seven of Cups. Interesting. So okay. The Magician. And we'll pull out the next card. I love it. Judgment. On the root of the deck. Page of Pentacles, right? Pages. They are the curiosity ones. They're the little kids that they're not afraid of anyone. They're just kind of exploring. And so exploring the world around you, Virgo. And this is your card, right? You are an earth sign. Exploring the world around you. Seven of Cups, the Magician, and Judgment. Two major arcanas, which is really great. I love when these major arcana cards come out. Seven of Cups, discerning between dreams and illusions, right? Not allowing yourself to be disillusioned by someone else's expectations. And again, we can have, we have, what is on here now? Like we have ladders, we have a snake coming out of one, we have water coming out of one. This looks like a bat wing here. So is something a dream? What is a dream you want to work towards? And what is something that is an illusion that's going to derail you? And here's the thing. How do you know how to figure it out? The Magician shows up, the ultimate alchemist in the Tarot, and it says, the Magician reminds you, you were born with all the elements that you need. Tap into your other elements. Tap into the other elements outside of the earth sign, so fire, water, and air. Use them to your benefit. The hand is illuminated here. So for some of you, you may go into some type of healing work. And maybe this is healing the part of yourself that carries doubt and insecurity. You have a break free moment. Once you start to lean into your gifts, Virgo, and you start that healing process, even if you don't know what you need to heal or what is waiting to be healed or wanting to be healed, or what is ready, I should say, what is ready to be healed at this time, you can pull a tarot card, right? Or you can just ask your intuition, your inner consciousness, just allow me to start to heal whatever is ready to be healed within me. And you'll know you're on the right track because you'll feel this breakthrough moment. You'll get this moment of like, oh my gosh, like you're unstuck. Does that make sense? This feeling of freedom, you've been unstuck and you just start moving forward. And then you go, oh, wait a minute. This is the foundation I need. Although the tower is not here, but the tower is the next card on the bottom. So there may not be a direct tower moment, but you're going to be shaking things up a little bit as you go through this healing process. Discerning between, what dreams are yours to move forward with and what dreams are not really yours, but they're just put in your way to keep you from moving forward. There might be some powerful forces at work here as well. Lean into your inner magic. Allow yourself to feel that sense of freedom by being fully who you are. Virgo, great reading. Great reading again. The Tower was the next card. See, just so you see. It's amazing when I go to say something, and then I look, and then that it happens to be right there. Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you? Very interesting card pulls today, for sure. For sure. So let's see what this new moon in Scorpio holds for our Libra friends. The sign before Scorpio. Six of Swords. Where are you going, Libra? Two of Cups. The Sun. I love this. On the root of the deck, Libra, you have Five of Swords. So Five of Swords can be a mental battle. It could be indecisiveness or trying to figure things out. Sometimes the Five of Swords can be that you're fighting a battle that's not yours to fight, or you're spinning thoughts in your mind that are not yours to handle. So getting rid of that, right? Getting rid of the confusion. And look, you have he's got the bird here, the crow. It looks like he's got a little bit of a head, like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this again. I cannot keep having these same thoughts. And there he is, breaking free. And there's his thoughts, just kind of leaving out of his head, saying, okay, you're done. Free yourself from these restrictive thoughts. As soon as you do, Five of Swords, the next card is Six of Swords. You will start to move in the direction that is aligned with what you're supposed to be doing at this time. And as you start to do that, Two of Cups, you start to find harmony. You start to find balance. You start to find, which balance is your card, right? And harmony. But you also start to find trust. That you don't have to take on. And for some of you, this could be you're taking on other people's, I don't know if I want to say other people's problems, but other people's energies, especially if other people around you have a lot of things happening and going on, right? You're going to start to discerning that this is not mine. I don't need to carry this. I don't need to take it. I can help when I can, but I'm staking the things that are aligned and harmonious in my life and that really just kind of fill my cup up. And in doing so, you have the best, what is considered the best card in the tarot, the Sun. Then everything that you want will start to illuminate. It's kind of like life itself will open for you. And I don't think this is going to take a long time, Libra. I think this is going to happen very quickly. I think this is very short. If I had to guess, probably no more than February, maybe even by the end of the year. Automatically, you start moving in a new direction. In an aligned direction that is full of harmony and joy. I mean, just look at this card, right? With that kind of the darker sky, and then all of a sudden, like, you're into harmony. You're into freedom. Life is illuminating for you, Libra. So set those intentions, write them down, take inspired action. It's like you know how that saying is like the world is your oyster? I mean, the world is opening up for you, Libra. It's a fabulous reading, Libra. Thank you so much. And let's move into Scorpio. And as soon as I said that, a card fell out. No, Scorpio. King of Swords. How is Scorpio? This is one of those readings that, I don't know. The cards are just very active today for some reason. And I will say I tried doing this reading yesterday. It just didn't work out. It did not work out. I'm like, okay. All right. I'll do it again tomorrow. And much different. The energy is much different today. So, Scorpio, this is your new moon. And you start off with the King of Swords, right? Clarity. You're getting focused. But this is your new moon, right? You get to control the conditions here, the circumstances, right? I mean, there's no more powerful moon than the moon in your sign, than your own new moon, than your own full moon. On the root of the deck, the Empress. The Empress. So that maternal energy, this is creativity. This is, for some of you, this could be entrepreneurship, starting a new business, inspiration, birthing something new. You have the King of Swords, you have the Tower, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. King of Swords, you're focused, you're on your path, and then the Tower comes along. It says, hold on, take a step back. Some things need to be cleared out, Scorpio, before you can come into your Nine of Pentacles, before things start to grow. So this is not going to be a fast thing for you. This is going to be a slow-moving thing. But you're clear. You know where you're going. We are also in retrograde, right? Mercury is retrograde. Jupiter is in retrograde. Slowing down. So if the universe feels like you're moving too fast, listen. You're doing great things. Whatever it is you're working on, Scorpio, is going to have a global effect. It might just be your personal world now, but it will start to, energetically, it will start to filter out. And it will have a much more global effect than you thought. So you don't want to rush this. So when glitches come up, take a step back. Step back from the glitches and say, okay, what is this showing me? And if you don't know what it's showing you, then all you need to do is nothing. Just pause. Just pause. And it's in the pause where growth happens. And then once you start to get the clarity to move forward, then things start to blossom, they start to bloom. And it's almost like it happens out of nowhere because you didn't force it. You just took a step back. And that's really some of the magic of manifesting, right? Taking a step back. You are not rushing into this. And there's no need to. And you know that. Although you can get a little stubborn sometimes. You have the clarity. And here's the thing. Once we have the clarity and the focus, we just want to charge forward. So again, if you have some mishaps coming in, that's okay, Scorpio. Take a step back. Take a step back. What some of our Scorpion friends are creating right now is so big that it can't be dealt out too quickly into the world. That's the message I'm getting, Scorpio. Hopefully that resonates with you. Let me know. And let's move into Sagittarius. Hello, my fellow Saggies. How are you? Let's give these cards a shuffle. And let's see what this new moon in Scorpio holds for our Saggy friends. And this new moon in Scorpio happens at the 28th degree of Scorpio. And then into 2 more degrees after that. You have 29th degree is the last degree. And then we go into the 0 degree, which is Sagittarius. So whatever is happening in this new moon in Scorpio jumps right into Sagittarius. Literally, like within a day or so. The Sagittarius, what does this hold for you? How are my Saggy friends doing out there? We're almost coming into our season. So we might be feeling a little excited, maybe a little full of ourselves. 2 of Cups. Now Libra just had this card. Oh my goodness. 7 of Swords. Okay, 1 card face down. The Tower. Okay. Just let it go. Just take a step back, right? Harmony and balance is coming your way. Let me see what the next card is. 2 of Swords. Okay. So this is going to take a while. The Tower on the root of the deck, right? Underneath the Tower, though, no worries, is the Hierophant. So there is a divine plan in place for you. The thing is, you can't see the plan just yet. I think this is going to take a while, Sagittarius. They're telling me until June for this to be revealed to you. So let's not get anxious. Let's not get all huffy. Let's just enjoy the season. Harmony and balance are coming your way. Some of you have to take back your power. You have to take back whatever you let someone else take from you. Is that making any sense? We have the 2 of Swords here as well. We'll get to that. So some of our Saggy friends have maybe let people talk them into things or out of things that were not right for them. So you're taking back your autonomy. You're taking back control of your thoughts and your decisions. You're not letting anybody influence them. Or in the past, you had someone telling you, oh, you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, or you should not be doing this, or you should not be doing that. That's coming to an end. That's probably what this Tower moment is. Not letting anybody interfere with your thought process or your decisions or what kind of work you do or where you live or what travel plans you have. There's a higher source guiding you. See, I don't know if you can see Olive here. There's a higher source guiding you. The higher source, I get the feeling this Tower isn't necessarily for you. It's for the things around you that are trying to keep you small. Oh, that's very powerful. Harmony, balance, flow are coming your way, Sagittarius. So when Tower moment comes up, let it happen. Just step aside. I don't think you're going to have to do a whole lot. I think it is to wipe out the people, the things, the situations, the thoughts, the ideas, whatever disruptors have held you back from being fully yourself. That is what is being ripped away underneath the Tower moment. And then clarity. And right underneath of that, one more card, Knight of Wands, right? Exuberance, happiness, excitement. So if you have not been feeling yourself, Saggy, that's coming to an end. Although I do get this, it could take up until June for the whole thing to come into fruition, but it's going to be starting now. So Sagittarius, that is your reading. Oh, man, what a reading. And we will go into, hello Capricorn. How is our Capricorn friends? Let's do little like mini shuffles here. Make sure we get these cards shuffled in. And Capricorn, we'll pull your cards for this new moon in Scorpio. Make sure we give them a really good shuffle. So Capricorn, this is your reading for the new moon in Scorpio right away. Wheel of Fortune and Knight of Swords. Wheel of Fortune, that's Sagittarius energy. So again, if Sagittarius is now moving into you. So let's see. Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Destiny, Wheel of Fate. 10 of Swords. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. Look at that. Harmony. I pulled a card yesterday. I don't know if it's here. No. I pulled a card yesterday that reminded me of the 3 of Cups. So, 3 of Cups, celebrating. Celebrating with the people who matter to you, right? The select few, like you're really close. If you're really close tribe, you're really close confidants. There's a lot of people have like a lot of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have very few really intimate friends. Celebrating life with the intimate friends, and just look at that. Look at the purples and the lavenders and the stars and the whimsy. It's just so beautiful. Underneath of that is the world coming full circle. So, but of course Capricorn is coming full circle, right? Wheel of Fortune, right? Destiny is turning in your favor. Whatever was happening with the Knight of Swords, where you felt you had to rush to make decisions, and then those decisions were kind of weighing you down, or the responsibilities of making a choice or a decision. The word's responsibility is coming up pretty heavy here, Capricorn. So if you've taken on a lot of responsibility, if you have a job that you have a lot of responsibility of making quick decisions and they have to be right and that kind of thing, that's coming to a conclusion. That's coming to a conclusion. Destiny is turning the wheel in your favor, so you can have more harmony. So you can be doing the things and spending time with the people who are really in your alignment. And a lot of this readings, right, are about alignment. You've learned a lot. You're coming full circle into a situation. Some of you will be leaving your jobs, whether by choice or by chance. And it doesn't matter which one. Well, of course, we want it to be by our choice, right? Some of you will be leaving your jobs and you'll be taking on a role that's much more nurturing. It's going to be completely different than what you're doing. So I get the feeling some of our Capricorn friends will be moving jobs or changing jobs, again, either by your choice or by chance. Whatever the chance means. Maybe they're downsizing. Maybe there's a change. I don't know what that change is going to be. There's a lot of thought process here. Chasing thoughts, like running after things, and there's mental fatigue. There's mental fatigue that's coming to a conclusion. It's probably going to happen during your season. This is so much more exciting than this. This feels so much better in your body and in your mind and in your heart and in your soul than this. Capricorn. Powerful reading. That is yours for your new moon. Let me know how it works out for you. And let me know what you're doing. But at the job especially. Aquarius. How is Aquarius? Happy new moon in Scorpio. And let's see what the cards of the tarot holds for our Aquarian friends during this new moon phase. Justice. It's a little Libra energy here, Justice. And in this Justice, there's also I'll show you. There's a reflection. So there could, and again, we are in retrograde phase. This is a time to reflect, to renew, to restore, to reshape. Ace of Wands, the World. The root of the deck, Two of Wands, yeah. So what's simmering under the surface? What is kind of making its way into your awareness? You have Justice. You have two major arcanas, right? And this is what I mean. She's looking into the water. She's reflecting on life, right? Again, Two of Wands. This could be a reflective time as well. Like, what choice do I want to make? Like, what is stirring me? What is moving me? And what is it telling me to go or to do? She is literally taking time to reflect on herself. So, reflecting on you. And in here, her eyes are closed, right? So almost a meditative state. The reflection, the eyes are open. Gaining clarity, seeing through the third chakra, Ace of Wands, right? New beginnings, new inspiration. But again, her third chakra, or sixth chakra, third eye is illuminated. The world, right? You've learned a lot about who you are in this world, about the dreams that you carry, about the inspiration and your intuition that is within, that inner passion, and it's time for you to start going there. A lot of you already have, though, so there might just be a little subtle shift. This is definitely about your third eye, your sixth chakra, your intuition, leaning into that. And again, Scorpio, right, in the northern hemisphere, it is the fall season. That is the meditative time. That is the time to rest. It's in the southern hemisphere. Right? And even in this card, northern hemisphere, the top of the card, if you would consider the top north. Eyes are closed, right? Reflecting, renewing, or reflecting, letting it go, like going into that slumber mode. And then the bottom of the card, the southern, is renewal, is rebirthing. And you are going through that in a very beautiful way. Listen to your intuition. Let those wisps of inspiration, that heat, that passion, let that guide you. And you see, like, it looks like the sun is just coming out. You've learned so much about you and the world around you that you're now allowing yourself to be the center of your own world. So Aquarius, that is your reading for this new moon in Scorpio. And let's go into, hello Pisces. How is Pisces today? Welcome to your reading for your new moon in Scorpio. And let's see what the cards hold for our Piscean friends. So let's see, Pisces. Your cards are coming out a little slow. Pisces is like, yeah, I'm just going to take my time with this. No rush, no fuss. Okay, all cards face down. Six of Swords. Okay, moving into a new direction. Three of Swords. The Moon. Nine of Swords. Six of Swords. Oh, Pisces. Pisces, you've been through it. You have been through a really, really rough phase. And you've done a lot, the Moon, right? You've done a lot of reflecting. You've held a lot in as well. I think some of these things you've been holding in, Pisces, are starting to make their way out. You're no longer going to be carrying these with you. Six of Swords is you moving on to something better. Right? You're moving on to something better. There is a bit of sadness here, though. Whatever it is you've been going through, Pisces, it was a lot. And not only did it take its toll on your emotions, but your mental health has suffered as well. So there's a lot happening for Pisces. And then Pisces, right? They go deep. They kind of retreat from the world, but you're done retreating, Pisces. Or at least the retreating phase is coming to an end. You've been retreating for a while. It's time now for you to move forward into the direction that fulfills you. And look, and she's got the birds. It's kind of like they're tethered to the boat. It's like you don't even have to do a whole lot. Just let the guidance take you where it will take you. You've been through a lot, Pisces. You're coming to the end of that phase of where it's really hard and difficult. This heart is going to start healing. The end of the nightmare is ending. I feel like there's a lot of anxiety happening around Pisces as well. Right? You've reflected on so much. And now you're ready to let go of all that stuff. And let your intuition, again, you see these birds, they are tethered to the boat. And they're just kind of pulling the boat, just pulling her, guiding her where she needs to go. And look, all of these cards have red in them. All of them have red. So passion, heat, right? Desire. Desire was broken here, and now it's starting to pull you forward. It's starting to wrap itself around you. Even the mermaid here has like the orange-red hair. So Pisces, yeah, you're coming out of a really, really deep state. I don't know if I want to say a dark state, but a very deep state. So let your intuition, let the universe just guide you. You don't have to do anything. You've been doing all the work internally for such a long time. So start to let these things heal. I'd probably like to take a deeper dive into Pisces. So let's pull a couple more cards for Pisces because there's a lot. We'll pull the other deck. There's a lot happening for Pisces. So for you, I will pull some extra cards to see what happens. If there's any more information for Pisces, just because there's a lot of heaviness around the heart of Pisces. So what else can you tell us about the Three of Swords for Pisces? And we'll just use this other deck. Page of Pentacles, right? Getting grounded, allowing yourself to be supported. As you see, he's just laying down. And I love this deck with the sunflowers. Because, you know, like during the day, the sunflowers turn and face the sun. And then at night, they turn and face each other. Reflection, right? Page of Pentacles, right? Allowing yourself to be supported. Allowing yourself to be supported. So what can you tell me about the Nine of Swords for Pisces? So allow yourself, Pisces, to be supported. Allow yourself to rest in the light. Okay. So what would I say? The Nine of Swords. Four of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, you're coming out of that stage of mental fatigue, of anxiety, of deep stress. And what's on the horizon for you is celebrating, getting back out with your friends and having a good time, living your life. And then what can you tell me about the Six of Swords? What does the Six of Swords? Let me clarify that for our Pisces friends. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, right? So generosity, abundance, prosperity is coming your way. And here's the thing. So if you were looking at the card, you are the giver and these hands are the receivers. You get to choose now who receives your energy, Pisces. People don't no longer have the choice. They can't. So you've heard about, you know, energy vampires, people or that just kind of like take your energy away, or, you know, just kind of drain the energy out of you. You're choosing now who you give your energy to. You're being a little more selective as the company you keep. You want to keep company with folks like this, right? Look at all the vibrant colors, the burgundy, the blue, the lime green, the orange, right? You want to be in company with people like this. You're starting to choose now who you share your energy with and who you do not. Rising above all of the other things. Pisces, that is the conclusion of your reading. I'm glad I pulled some extra cards for you so you can see where this is taking you to. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. If you have enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a share, maybe subscribe to the channel, or however that is, just join the channel, whatever it is, right? And yeah, until next time, a happy new moon, happy manifesting. I do have a manifesting video somewhere. I do not know how to link it in here. Manifesting takes action. Use your tools of meditation and journaling, and then take inspired action, whatever that is for you. But happy new moon, everyone. Happy manifesting. Until next time, always I send you light and love.